Divine Leadership Codes. This is Selena Moon. Let's get right into your message for today. I've made a ton of notes for you. Make sure you stay to the very end because we're going to be doing an energy clearing to help you step into your greatest CEO era. All right. So if collaborations or invitations come out of nowhere, there's a deeper alignment happening for you. And this message that we're about to get into is going to show you why. All right. So let's start with how you've been leading. You have been leading like a guardian of the wild. This means that you're literally stepping into this era where you're focusing on being of service instead of being in control. This is a massive shift that you've been through. And in going through this shift, you have been able to display what true leadership actually looks like. When people listen to your messages, when they connect with you through your social media, when they get a sense of your marketing, they're not just feeling that you're offering some kind of service or product. They're feeling a complete frequency behind everything that you have to offer. All right. And essentially, you have learned how to empower yourself in spite of all the adversity that's gone on in your childhood and all around you. And this is really important because this is one of the reasons why suddenly you have people really interested in working with you, okay? Because you have embraced authentic leadership. This means that you have been able to dismantle yourself from groupthink. You've been able to kind of step away from what everyone else is doing and go into yourself and reflect on what actually works for you. What is your highest calling and how do you put that out there? And you've been working very, very diligently on being able to put this out there, and people are noticing this. And people who are noticing your vibration, they're feeling it from a heart-centered place because you're leading from the heart, okay? You're leading from authenticity. And so when you're showing up in this energy, other people are thinking, okay, I want to work with this person. But this is where the issue lies, and this is what's about to change for you, all right? That you've been calling in higher caliber clients, higher caliber customers, loyal customers, all these energies that will support and sustain the longevity of your business, right? And in order to do that, there's this wound that is showing up from your childhood that is really going to be revealed as you lean into these collaborative energies, okay? So those who are calling to collaborate are going to test you. And what they're going to test you on is how much of this childhood wound have you actually healed? Because like I said before, you've gone out on your own and you've created a business for yourself based on your own individual sovereign energy. But the wounds around working in harmony and in collaboration with others are still lingering in the background. And so there's still this hurt and there's this pain. And that hurt and that pain is affecting how you work with others and your connection with others and how you keep your heart open when you connect with others. And that is affecting if you're able to or not able to attract your next high caliber client, because your next high caliber client will say yes to you once you go into this collaboration energy and heal this wound through the experience, okay? So one of the reasons that this is happening is because your impact wants to expand. You've been calling in more impact. You want to have a greater influence. You know that you can shine your light now. You already know how to shine your light. You already know what you're shining. You've been through all the trials and tribulations to get you aligned with your purpose. So whoever I'm talking to, you already know who you are. You know how you serve. That's a big, big, big important fact that you need to carry with you everywhere you go. And you got that down, all right? But in order for you to really have this level of impact, your ego needs to soften. And the ego that I'm speaking to is the protection, all right? Some of you guys have this big wall of protection when it comes to collaboration and co-creation. You're really good at being an authority, and when you have, say, like a teacher-student relationship, but when it comes to a harmonious, everybody on the same page relationship, that starts to shock your system. And that's because your business right now is forcing you okay, through mirroring a childhood wound. It makes some kind of resolution with your past. Now, what is this childhood wound? Let's go into that for a moment, okay? This childhood wound is one where you feel like when you surrender to being part of a group, you get swept up into an energy that no longer reflects who you are. You self-sabotaged, okay? Some part of you is feeling like it was someone else's fault. You feel like a victim to the circumstance in your childhood. You feel like when you try to harmonize with other people, they either take advantage of you or they steal from you, they take your ideas and run with them, or it feels like you get so swept up into how they're thinking that you lose yourself and you no longer have the ability to speak up and vocalize what you need. And this keeps you at odds in the group energy. And that group energy starts to feel like it's an attack against you on some level. And when you start to isolate yourself constantly through life because of this feeling of being attacked by groups, or just feeling like groups don't respect you, or feeling like you don't have a full stable standing in group energy because you're maybe highly empathic, or you just naturally are a people pleaser and you want other people to like you, so you don't stand up for what you really need to have in terms of boundaries. This is where all of this stuff gets muddled up, and all of this cannot coexist with your next level of business. So this particular collaboration or invitation that seems to come out of nowhere is asking you to lean into it, okay? And it's gonna scare this part of your inner child that is afraid to step into this kind of collaboration. And you'll know what it is, okay? Now, when you step into this level of collaboration, you're gonna be faced with a certain level of self-doubt. Because when you're out on your own, you're powerful, almighty, you feel it, you're energized, but the moment that you step into that collaborative energy, boom, the self-doubt starts to get activated. And so your soul is trying to teach you a really big lesson right now, how to stay in your power, how to own your boundaries, how to stay sovereign, and how to keep your heart soft without all those protective barriers, all at the same time. And this is your next biggest breakthrough, okay? So if you lean into this collaboration, coming in, trusting yourself that you have the capacity to speak up for what you need, you own what you say, you own your ideas. If someone else shares something or wants something for the group that doesn't resonate, you're not afraid to speak up against it, all right? You understand that you have a place in the group, and the group actually needs you. Like, I'm literally seeing there's like a big gaping hole in the person who's gonna contact you's group, and they're literally waiting for you. Your soul is the missing link to having this whole collaborative effort take off. Like, it can't go anywhere without you. You're literally the last piece that needs to enter in order for this to move forward. And so your soul is meant to be here, and it belongs here, but you have to believe that, and you have to see your worthiness in it and really reclaim your value in that space, okay? Because this is how your path is about to get completely divinely rearranged, is through this group. You're going to have an experience that will make you feel like you belong again, okay? You're gonna have an experience that's gonna make you feel like other people can support you, okay? You're gonna have an experience where you feel like you're not in this alone anymore. And what's gonna happen is that your next offer that you sell after this experience is going to sell really fast because your energy got cleared and aligned from this collaborative experience. So you, in your mind, you might have this like huge plan for your future and where you want your offers to go and how you want to sell them and what they look like. And all of that is so beautiful when you think about it. But when you actually go into it with people and talk to people about it and try to share it, it's like you get tense and you're not able to discuss that level of expansion with anybody. And that's because this part of you is still feeling hurt. This part of you is like, yeah, but if I show up with that energy, I need other people to like stand behind me because this is really big and this feels uncomfortable to my nervous system to put myself out in this way. But honey, you're calling in support. You're calling in collaborative energy. You're calling in groups to come in and be like, hey, I see your value. I believe what you're saying. I got you. All right. And it can be scary at times. I mean, just today on my social media, I put out a whole post about how I don't believe chakras have anything to do with the new earth energy body. And I was scared because I know how many people on my social media are constantly talking about the chakras. And I actually got a really good response, but it took a lot of courage in me to feel comfortable saying that in public, right? So, because it goes against what everyone else has been taught, right? So if you're going through something like this, I highly recommend you leaning into this group with an open heart, okay? Because when you lean into this group with an open heart, when you soften your ego, when you allow other people to come in and work with you, you're gonna learn a lot of beautiful things about yourself. You're also going to heal a lot of things from your childhood about who you think you are when it comes to group energy. You're going to feel like when you step into this group, your whole path is being divinely rearranged, okay? So when you go through this process, you're setting yourself up to receive a high caliber client, because it just feels like right now when you're putting out the business energy, other people are still feeling this hierarchy, right? Where it's like there's like a sense of dominance. Something about what you do makes people feel like they're vulnerable in your presence. And it's like you need to sort of meet people more on their level in order for your high caliber client to come in. And in order for your offers to actually thrive, there has to be a willingness to show up in your level of openness and vulnerability. And at a deeper level, maybe you already have been, but what I'm speaking to is like the next level, okay? And this is really important for you, because once you get through this childhood wound, I'm just seeing like, I'm actually seeing someone like sewing their heart back together. It's like a needle and pin situation where they're like getting sewn, and then it's like almost like this surgery that you go through this experience. And after you're like, oh, that's what it feels to not have a bleeding heart anymore. Because this bleeding heart, you might not realize, is affecting your business, right? So we're gonna move into the wealth code activation, and I'm a really big believer that there's so many beautiful activating codes that the divine has for us. And I've been doing this work for 20 years, or not, sorry, I guess inadvertently for 20 years, but from a business perspective for 13 years. And what I found that we're at the age now where it's not so much about clearing and healing, where we're at the age where we're just able to receive more light, okay? And I see these codes as just being light drops that enter your field that help you to rewire how you're thinking, rewire how you're moving, rewire how you're feeling. And I have very specific codes for you for each of these readings. And today's code that I have for you is called the Receptive Magnetism Code, all right? And this code says, money comes when you stop reaching for it and start embodying the frequency that calls it in, okay? So if some part of you is still trying to get that validation from people and prove yourself and try to get, that approval from others, that's all going to come to an end when this energy comes in, because this code is going to teach you embodying the embodiment that you are valuable, that your creative energy is strong, and that you are a pillar of light for this world. And if you want to receive this code, I'm going to do a code drop next. All you have to do is consent for this. You can sit back, relax. You can put your palms facing up over your lap if you wish to receive more. And I'm just going to connect to the energy of the group right now. Whoever is watching this at any time, it doesn't matter if you're here with me, in a certain day or time. It's okay. It's always going to be available for you through this video. So we're going to ask the hand of God to come through and drop in this receptive magnetism code. And we're just going to clear. There's a couple of you that have a little bit of haze around being able to receive this, because I'm seeing that you've been wearing this chasing energy like a burden, almost like a cloak as well. It's like a cloak and a burden simultaneously around your neck and your shoulders. And it's like, no, this is actually how I keep myself safe. But this keeping yourself safe and chasing people energy, it needs to come to an end. The only reason it's been there is because your heart has been hurt. And so you're just trying to make this all work, but it's not helping you. So we're just going to ask the hand of God to gently remove anything that you've been holding on to around your neck, your shoulders, this cloak, these burdens that have you in the chasing energy. And we're going to just recalibrate your whole frequency So you're able to feel nourished within your own being, and you're not looking externally for other people to validate you or to give you a sense of worthiness through paying you through your services or your products. You're actually already feeling that sense of worthiness bubble up through your system as a natural way that you just live. It's in your auric field. It's part of your energy. You get to sustain this in your energy field moving forward after today. And all you have to do is claim this, okay? Just claim that. And you're gonna see that as you move through life, suddenly you're gonna start feeling God's power is inside you. And when you connect with God's power inside you, you're gonna realize that you've already built your business from God's power. It's just that some part of you, right? There's like this little part of you that was doing it from this old energy. And now you're really embodying, you're embodying that juicy frequency of here I am, I'm like this blossoming flower, and I'm open and I'm receptive to the good things coming and to the people coming in who are here. And I'm also seeing there's just a couple layers here that we also need to remove around fear of what kind of people are gonna come in and are they gonna hurt me? Let's just clear that out as well, because you're stepping into an era where good people get to work with you. I'm not talking about takers, users, narcissistic people who just want to take advantage of you, harvest you. I'm talking about people that want to really experience the depths of you and explore what you have to offer with sincerity and genuine curiosity. And it's like some part of you just has to wake up to this and be open to being receptive to these good people. Good people exist that you can help today. I promise you, if God put you on this planet to create this business, that means there's good people out there that want to receive from you. So let's just open you up to receiving from them and creating this equal exchange of balance. I respect you and your boundaries. You respect me and mine. We have a shared vision. And I can just see these codes pulsing through your fingertips. I don't know if you feel like your fingers are getting a little tingly, but I'm seeing someone's fingers get really tingly. And I'm seeing someone's spine start to like, woo, just wake up a little bit more, like, here I am. I've been closing off this part of myself. And I'm seeing someone's womb space also start to get really activated, like, there's all this potential, there's all this fertility. Yeah, it's like you were holding back all of this beautiful energy from yourself because your heart was hurt. So now you get to be a magnet to the right people, and you get to attract people. You don't have to try to chase anyone anymore because you're afraid that the wrong people are going to come to you. You're just going to be trusting that the right beautiful souls are going to align with you, and they're going to work with you, and they're going to feel good about it. And it's going to feel really nice for you, okay? Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for receiving this today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please comment. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I am Selena. I am the founder of the Soulpreneur Institute. I support entrepreneurs through a very sacred community. Every single week we do live calls. There's over 200 recordings in there for you to be able to access deeper insights and information about how to operate your business in New Earth energy. So if you're interested, check me out at the soulpreneurinstitute.com. And also, if you want to learn more about how to activate more codes, especially wealth codes within you, I've channeled 33 wealth code activations. So you can visit wealthcodeactivations.com and get access to those wealth codes through that whole system. 33 days, 33 ways in your inbox, all right? See you soon.